morning, Trey with Dad Bob. Today we're going to focus a little bit on the Alfetta GT 1976. This little car has a 1.6 liter 4-cylinder engine in it. It has about 120 horsepower. The car weighs nothing, so it actually scoots quite a bit. In the video, I'll probably throw some raw footage of me just cranking down the road, getting it up to about 6,000 RPMs. You can hear the car. It sounds Italian, and it's a heck of a lot of fun to drive. It's scarier than 80 acres of rattlesnakes, though. Oh, my battery charger's telling me that this little booger is ready. It's a fairly unique car. Transaxle, has inboard brakes. I'll show a little bit of picture of that, but the brakes are not in the back. They're not in the outside of the corner. They're snugged up right against that transaxle in the back there. Pretty interesting. Very Italian car. This car has a few little tiny modifications, nothing big, but the speak of fuel system that this car came with has been ripped out for better efficiency. It just is not a very good system. Collectors want that though, because that's what came from the Italian manufacturer. But there are Weber carburetors on here. It's naturally aspirated. It has been lowered a hair. It's such a small car that it rides pretty rough anyways, but it's a lot of fun to drive this car. It's in pretty rough shape mechanically. I've done quite a bit to it. All of the brake system has been replaced. All the rubber has been replaced in the engine. It runs pretty good. Right now I'm having a battery issue. Probably just go slap a new one in there this afternoon. In fact, the video that you're watching, I'll have some raw footage of just driving the car, and when I get up to take some pictures of it out in the desert, even though I drove it 6 miles, it was absolutely dead. So I don't know if it's an alternator issue or what, but I'll get into it and figure it out. But it's a very interesting car, scarier than crap to drive, but it's a lot of fun. All right, so let's take this Alpha for a spin. So, on part of the video that you're looking at here, I actually lost power while I did a walk around on this car, and I thought it was the alternator because I have a little battery pack that I just plug in the battery and leave it on there for about 3 minutes. It charges enough to kick it over. It didn't work, so I had to bump it, so I thought maybe the battery wasn't charging the alternator, blah blah blah, and turns out it was just a crap battery. Just replaced it and fired up the first time, and I have to drive with the window down because it's hot, so hopefully you can still hear me. If not, I'll figure something out. She's a little cold. Yeah. A little sticky in the gears. A little rattle box. But again, it's 1976 Alfetta GT by Alfa Romeo. It's got a tiny little 4-cylinder, 1.6 liter. But it's a hell of a lot of fun to drive. I will say that I think there's a front right rubber bushing something that probably needs to be replaced. There's a little action in one of the swing arms. I think it sounds pretty good. RPM, going on 40. Yeah, going down the speed limit. But very Italian. It's got that little tiny Italian exhaust note, which is cool. I have the little 4-cylinder screaming. there, which is great. Again, that Speaker fuel system that these cars come with was ripped off in the 80s because it just was never working properly. So I hear. Hello, I'm not going to hit your car. We do have a lot of old people in this town. It's a retirement community. I'm just going to do a 360 here, and then I'm going to go down half. Hopefully the audio is good. Things that I'll probably do to this car from here on out, set aside that rattling front end. I don't know what it is, but we'll get a look at it. I got to put all weather stripping around here. Half of this car doesn't even have any. The back lid's got some rust. The battery for weight balance is actually put in the back trunk where the transaxle is, and it's got rust on the bottom of that battery tray, which is in the trunk, and you can see the ground. So we got some work to do, but cosmetically, these black interior seats, they've been worked, and they need a little love. But no joke, this car is just a blast to drive. This is about as plain Jane as you can get. But honestly, as fun as it is. We got horses up here, so we're going to woo. But honestly, it's a lot of fun. You sit really low, and my butt is probably, honestly, about 7 inches from the ground. Obviously, there's no power steering, which is okay by me. You like to feel glued into a car. You like to feel every kind of response that the road or the car is giving you in your butt, in your feet, in your hands. This thing gives you a lot of senses. Your smell, it smells like fuel in here. Obviously, you hear that little exhaust just screaming. It's a lot of fun. I'm going to get on the highway with it, with the window open. It's not too bad, but if I open that window, then holy moly, it starts getting a vortex in here. So we're going to jump on the freeway here. This is where it gets scary. Punched. We're going 70. Holy shit. We're in 5th gear going 80. Actually, it's pretty stable. I'm not going past that. That's just a death wish. But pretty cool. First of all, I don't think the demand is there for anybody wanting to see that. It's a cool car, man. Cool little city, little putter around. These aren't investor cars yet. I honestly think they will be. They are 40 years old. 76 is 6, 44, 45 years old. Enough for a historic plate in the state of Arizona. But it's just a cool car. It's got death trap, but it's an absolutely fun car.
Hell yeah.